Hi, good day. Today I would like to discuss with you ingrown toenails. Obviously, now that you're in lockdown and if you have an ingrown toenail, you would like an instant cure or instant relief, which I will discuss with you in the end. But I first think we need to have a better understanding of what the different causes of the ingrown toenail is, because then we can look at the different treatments that's available, and then it might be easier for you to see what caused it and then which will be the best way to treat it. Ingrown toenails are very, very painful. If you've never had an ingrown toenail, I think we don't understand how painful it is. It really makes grown men cry and people very desperate. And then also they get a lot of relief as soon as you remove the actual cause of the problem. So first I'm just going to discuss with you the basic anatomy of a nail. It's going to be very brief. I'm not showing any gruesome pictures, and then we can go from there. So if we have a look here, the basic anatomy of a nail. If we look at this one here, that's your big toe over there, that's your second toe next to it. Okay, if you look, that area here is your nail bed. So this pink area here is your nail bed. So if you look at my nail, that's your nail bed over there. Okay, then you have your root where your nail grows from, which is that green area over there. The nail root is situated, if you look at my nail, my thumbnail, it's in that area over there. So the nail grows from the root, and it's supposed to be the exact same width to fit exactly onto the nail bed. Now, the very first cause of ingrown toenails, it could be hereditary or genetic. You basically suffer from it, been suffering from it all your life. And that is usually when the root is slightly wider than the nail bed. So when it grows out, it actually grows underneath the skin. If you look there, then it grows underneath the skin over there, and then it causes pain in that area there. It can either be on one side or it could be on both sides. It's also common that it is on the inside of your big toe next to your second toe, but because it's a second toe, the pressure from the second toe pushing against that area that causes the pain. If this is the cause, if it's genetic or hereditary, you've always suffered from ingrown toenails, you know, family members that have it, it's usually because your root is too wide. Then the second cause, look, I've broken it down very, very briefly and very simply. It's usually due to poor cutting, tearing of your nails, picking at your nails. There could be trauma that have happened that could cause this, where if you look at the basic anatomy of the nail, we find that the root is exactly the same width as the nail bed. You can see there, that root's going to fit on there. But what happened here is that when the nail was cut here at the top, one actually cut down the side and then left a spike in that area there. And it's that spike in there that's actually causing the pain. So you will find that along here, your pain will be only in a certain area. It won't be all the way down the side. It will basically be only there. And the cause of the problem is the actual nail spike sitting in that area there. Then the third one is where your nail has become thick. So we find that the root is correct, that it fits onto the nail bed, the nail is growing out fine, but the problem is that the nail has become very thick. And thickening of the nail could be because of trauma. It could be once-off trauma, dropping something on your toe. It could be continual trauma, if you wear steel-tip boots, if you've lost your nails hiking, running. There's hundreds of causes that can cause a nail that damages the nail bed, and that causes the nail to grow out thick. Now, with the nail becoming thicker on the nail bed, it actually causes the nail to become, because of the thickness here, it causes pressure when you put it inside the shoe. It causes pressure on that area there, and that then causes the nail to dig into the side. So as soon as you relieve the pressure here at the top by thinning the nail, it relieves the pressure on the side of the nail. And that is often quite a simple way to treat an ingrown toenail. Another thing that can happen with nails is that you find, and I'm actually just going to quickly draw something in here, where I'm sure you've often seen this, is that the nail bed actually changes shape. So the root is the same width as a nail bed, but what happens is that the nail bed is wide at the bottom, but it becomes narrower towards the end. So that is looking at the nail from the top. This image here is if you look at the nail sort of from that side there. This is normal. So if you look from the front, this here is all flesh over there, and then that is the nail in that area there. Now, if you look here, can you see what's happened here to this nail? That it's actually become what we call involuted. So the nail is no longer growing out flat. It's actually started to curl in like that, and that then causes the pain in that area there. What the problem is, this nail grows from the root, it fits onto the nail bed, and all of a sudden here, the nail bed has become narrower, and the nail starts digging in. And that is why you'll experience the pain sort of in that area there and there. Yes, we can just cut out the corners, but the problem is that the root is the base here is too wide compared to the rest of the nail. There's various treatments for ingrown toenails. The worst thing that you can do is Google. I know that we Google everything, but the problem is that it always shows the most gruesome pictures. And I have people coming to see me where the ingrown toenail is bad, but they are petrified of coming in for treatment because of what they've seen on YouTube. So I'm just going to put the camera up. So what I would suggest is, I mean, I'm exactly the same. I'll Google everything, but just be mindful when you do that you don't get too engrossed by all the images that's available on YouTube and Google with treating ingrown toenails. So there's a surgical procedure you do that you do not remove the nail. What you do, sorry, I'm just going to take it down again. If you look here, is that you will remove the side which is causing the pain, and then you will go all the way underneath the skin to the root, remove that entire nail, and destroy is quite a harsh word, but that's what you do. You get rid of that bit of the root that has been too wide so that the nail can no longer grow out there. When you do this procedure, once it's healed, it shouldn't look like a damaged toenail. Your nail, my aim is always when I do this procedure is that you will end up, once it's healed, I should not even be able to see where I've done the procedure. So the worst thing that one can do is to have the entire nail removed, because can you see from the 3 causes that I've shown you, if you remove the entire nail off the nail bed, it damages the nail bed even more, and that's not the cause of the problem. If you remove the nails, like pulling out a tree in your garden, if you pull out the tree and you don't kill the roots, the entire tree is just going to go out again. The problem with the nail is that it's actually going to grow out abnormally. So now, if you're sitting at home now with an ingrown toenail, so if you're diabetic, or if you have vascular problems, circulatory problems in your feet, or any other medical condition that makes you a high-risk patient, I would suggest that you seek medical advice, because simple thing like an ingrown toenail can become something serious if you're a high-risk patient. But otherwise, what I would suggest is that you soak your feet in lukewarm water. Make sure that you put in a bucket some lukewarm water, test it with your hand first that it's not too hot, and dissolve some salt or Epsom salts into the water, 1 or 2 tablespoons, I don't know, just see that there's salt in there, and soak your foot in there, because that will help to draw out some of the inflammation and the infection in that area there. And on that note, taking oral medication to get rid of the infection is good but can you see it's not going to get rid of the ingrown toenail, because the ingrown toenail, the cause is the actual nail sitting there. So I often see people that come and see me and they've been on courses and courses of oral meds, and they don't understand why the ingrown toenail is not getting better. It's not getting better because of the cause hasn't been removed. And then what I would suggest is that you actually take an antiseptic, and maybe if you can touch your nail, is apply the antiseptic, say that side there is ingrown, and just pull the skin away from the nail. That can often just offer you a bit of relief in that area there. It's a problem if you try and cut down the side because you don't have the right equipment, then you often can just make it worse. But I find the soaking in the Epsom salts and applying the antiseptic and pulling the nail away often helps. And it's a safe treatment that I can just give out in general without seeing the toenail or anything like that. So I really trust and I hope that this has helped you a lot, and that I hope you don't get an ingrown toenail, but if you do get an ingrown toenail, that you will actually seek treatment from someone that works with it all the time and that understand that they first need to look at what the cause of the ingrown toenail is. Thank you.